It's a clip from Rush Limbaugh, and I'm not 100% sure of what he's predicting here.
I'm relatively high.
But Limbaugh is observing what's going on at Fox News and is warning his audience that it's not good. But here is the Daily Rush bow.
For the first time ever, Fox News has come in third place in the demo. I imagine all of you are now sophisticated and knowledgeable enough about media affairs to know what the demo is. The demo is 2554. That hasn't changed since who knows when. That demographic is considered to be the most important by the broadest spectrum of advertisers, because it is in that demographic that you have young people making up their minds about brands, like what kind of beer that they're going to be drinking the rest of their lives and that kind of thing. And when you get up to the 54, 50-year-old range, now you're talking about people with disposable income to spend on it. So that demo is the most sought after advertising-wise. Therefore, broadcasters target it as well. Fox is finishing in third place now for the first time, I think, ever. And I'm going to tell you how this it's going to have impacts beyond what you would ordinarily conclude. It is going to have a serious impact on the kind of commentary you hear on Fox. When you go on Fox...
Okay, now let's pause it for 1 second. So the idea is, and then he cuts, the idea is that it's going to have impact on the kind of commentary you hear on Fox. So they're going to change the content. Now, they're not going to change the content because Roger Ailes and Sides are gone and Bill O'Reilly is gone. And they're not going to change the content because now they've had to retract the major story of the day the other day that Sean Hannity was pushing. That's not why. Rushbo will tell you why.
You go on Fox, because Fox is number one and because of Fox's audience, you moderate your tone a little bit. You have it dictated by your desire to come back. With Fox no longer ruling the roost.
Now, hold on, pause it. So he's saying that people who go on to Fox, he's not talking about what political orientation they are, right? You lay off a little bit so that you get invited back. So presumably, I think it's hard to believe if you're a conservative, you back off your conservatism on Fox. I mean, I don't know what else horrific they could say there.
What's Sheriff Clark backing off on?
Right. Well, maybe you just can't talk like that woman in the Walmart clip, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess what he's claiming is that the liberals who go on Fox, they back off what they're saying so they get invited back on. In other words, you can't be too much of a challenge, right? Or you don't get him back. Like maybe somebody gets like blacklisted, as I have been off that. No, and it happens. I mean, there's people blacklisted on MSNBC too for all various reasons. But all right, continue.
These people will not have to pretend to take Fox seriously any longer. They will not have to acknowledge that Fox is credible as their reason for going on. And what's going to happen is they're now going to calculate, many of these people, that MSNBC and CNN are the best places to go to get FaceTime. And in that case, they will be back to their unbridled, extremist, liberal worldview. And it's going to get even worse. My point is, as Fox diminishes in the ratings, the extreme liberalism and anti-American leftism is going to get louder. It is going to become more common. It's going to be all over the place. Whereas those people on Fox had to modify it a little, or if they didn't, they were challenged. Their worldview was challenged by a host or by another guest. And they had to explain it and justify it, which many of them couldn't do. This is going to change the landscape in a lot of ways that people are not even seeing. And that's because they're not highly trained broadcast specialists like I am. You can see these things coming, but that's just something to keep an eye out for.
This
Really
is
makes you
one
think,
of the. So his argument is that now that nobody cares about Fox, you're going to see much more free expression of liberalism on Fox because they're not afraid of not coming back on.
You know, guess what? With CNN and MSNBC coasting and you guys in a lot of internal trouble, I'm just going to say it. I think Mexicans are human beings.
Yeah,
How about that?
exactly.
You know what? I don't think that there should be a database to track Muslims and potentially put them in internment camps. I don't think Seth Rich was murdered. And I also think the police shouldn't shoot people in the face for no reason just because of the color of their skin. What do you think about that?
Well, no, Sam, I think what he was saying is because their advertising revenue isn't super stable anymore, that Fox is going to have to put up with more liberal viewpoints than they have before instead of pushing back like they rightly should. Is that not?
I don't think so. I mean, first off, the ratings will affect your sales, but ratings are in my understanding. Ratings certainly help your rate cards in terms of your advertisers, but the big sales pitch for a place like Fox is not that our ratings are X or Y. It's that if you're trying to reach a specific type of audience, we are them. The problem they're having with advertising right now, I mean, Sean Hannity has lost 7 advertisers, is because of a boycott. It's because of his Seth Rich conspiracy theory mongering. MSNBC was very profitable, even when its ratings were not particularly huge, because the sales pitch is, if you want to reach this audience, this is the place to go. Your yield is going to be 1-to-1.
Basically, because people in their 20s and 30s and other young people have been raised in a politically correct environment and they eat soy and they're raised to be like you, Rachel.
Well,
pretty soon, Fox will die and you can't call people cucks anymore. And that's what you want because you don't want a free and open exchange of ideas. That's where we're going.
Well, but you assume it's
Rushbone
just
nails
soy.
it.
But it also, there was a reason why all those BP ads were on MSNBC. Because they knew that's where their critics were. There was a reason why you saw all those financial entities advertising on MSNBC, because they knew that's where, theoretically, most of their critics were, to the extent that there were any on mass TV.
Right. Which is a big...
Fox Business, there's like 8,000 people who watch that show. We probably have a bigger audience, but they all buy whatever $63,000 Mercedes is being sold now, or whatever the I haven't priced out my Mercs as of late. So
Neither have you upgraded other parts of your vocabulary.
what do you mean?
What did
Mercs?
you say?
My
You
Mercs.
Oh, your...
What did you think?
I misheard you. Sorry.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said, and it makes no sense why you would have said it, but I've heard like someone getting murked, which is like getting, and I was like, I didn't know what you were saying.
What is that? Is that some type of like creepy sexual thing?
Definitely not. No,
Murked?
it's not.
Getting murked?
Let's keep going.
I scored really well on the verbal GRE, and I don't know any of the words that we're talking about. Mercs?
Those are not real
Mercs.
words.
I was saying a $63,000 Mercedes.
Oh,
And they're
Merc for Mercedes. Okay. I've never
yeah.
heard it referred
You
to.
ever
was
heard of
just- he
Mercs
was
and
talking-
Beamers?
He was
Benz.
talking Dennis Miller.
Mercs and
Haven't
Beamers?
checked
Merc is a
my Merc
mercenary.
price point recently.
it's a Mercedes.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Hey, Sam Seder here. Folks, you probably heard about the whole YouTube advertiser apocalypse. Well, we're suffering from it too. We need your help. If you want to keep this show alive, you want us to be able to still put out clips on a regular basis, head over to our Patreon page. Here's the link right here or down below there. And just give us a couple bucks a month and support this program. Really appreciate it.